Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence, the heavyweight debut goes off with a bang. Do you feel that maybe on the outside looking in, you maybe needed to do that to announce yourself at heavyweight?
Yeah, it's good. You know, I think I've had 2 first-round KOs this year against 2 decent guys. And it's, you know, this whole thing of heavyweights, just as I said at the press conference, they'll be looking at me, seeing that I weighed in 200 pounds last year and think, oh, he's just a cruiserweight, putting on weight. But, you know, I've been a big guy and I'm now starting to fill out more. Right now I'm bulking. We're about to do the shredding part, but we're here.
That weight that you came in today, is that for you what you feel to be your ideal weight at heavyweight?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll drop a little bit. This was obviously a short camp, so we focused on getting into great shape in terms of doing the spars, doing the weightlifting, all of that kind of stuff. So we weren't really focusing on like diet. I'm not saying I wasn't watching what I was eating, but it wasn't about coming in that particular way. It was about getting in the work. So, you know, we had to keep ourselves fueled up. I mean, as boxers know, when you do longer camps, as the weeks go on, your weight does drop. So although I had lost weight throughout this camp, there's more to come anyway.
Do you notice any of the online reaction to you weighing in at heavyweight at all? Did you catch any of it?
No, because I don't really go on social media, especially around fight time. I just kind of lock in on, you know, what I have to do on the ring. But I've heard now what it was like. Do you know what I mean? I think as I was in the, I was watching the prelim fights, and just as I clicked on it, Dev was saying, yeah, and then there was a big uproar about Lawrence's weight. That's all I heard. I just turned it off. I said, no, I'm here to have a fight. Let me not even focus on that stuff. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
I think it was more just the case of people were just shocked how you made it to cruiserweight. That was what it was going in. But, I mean, look, we spoke about you and getting up to heavyweight and speaking about it beforehand and actually being in the ring at heavyweight. Just in your own words, how did you feel at the weight and obviously setting up that brilliant finish?
I felt robust. As I said, I felt like I could look at him, and although he's the biggest guy I've been in the ring with, I was just like, whatever he throws, I'm gonna have an answer for it. Do you know what I mean? Because you get a lot more. I was a lot more sure of myself, despite it being against the biggest guy I've been in there with. It's just I felt, you know, strong within myself. I was punching really hard in the back, and you know, by the time you get in there, I just know as soon as I land, I'm gonna do damage.
Setting up that shot that was the end to the fight, something you'd be working on with Joe in the camp?
Yeah, we always, that sequence is one of my favourite sequences, to be fair. It's like, it's a pretty standard, it's like very easy for me to execute. There's other ones as well that didn't come off straight away. But I always like to, you know, get certain shots off early if I can. And this one presented itself.
Do you have a name for that sequence? Sometimes fighters put a name on some of the combinations.
No.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on to obviously the future. Look, a lot of people are kind of be matchmaking in the fights that they want to see you in. In your own words, what would be the ideal fight for yourself?
For a world title, I don't know which one. Any, whatever. Obviously, you have to be realistic with the landscape. You know, you've got Usyk and Fury fighting. Hopefully, they relinquish a bunch of belts because I think it'd be hard to lobby for those fights. But whatever, you know, at the end of the day, as much as, you know, money's great and all this stuff, I do want to get to a position where I could say I was a freeweight world champion, and I started off in McDonald's and I became a heavyweight world champion.
Would Wardley be on your radar, or do you feel like you're a higher level above that with no disrespect to Wardley?
I think he's close. As in, obviously, I've won 2 world titles in 2 weight classes, but he's been doing his thing the last few years, and I think if he boxed Dan, it wouldn't be a big surprise. It would just be like, so he is obviously in and around world level, but whatever, like there's a bunch of fights, whatever's going to get me to the world title is what it is, so we'll have to see what Queensbury say.
Just a final thing, Lawrence, just a message to any of those heavyweight rivals who will be tuning in. What do you think they thought of that performance? Obviously a hard thing to gauge, but what do you think they thought of that?
I need to watch it back, but I think at least they'll understand that, you know, they got to put the cruiserweight thoughts behind them and understand that I'm punching that as hard, if not hot, but because I've got the speed as well as any heavyweight, and I'm gonna, you know, be looking to get KOs. Like I'm gonna be trying every fight, as Joe says, to get the fight done in round 1. If you can't, get it done in round 2. So every fight, I'm trying to get the stoppage.
Lawrence, congratulations. Thanks for
so much. Cheers.
Good man.